Hello students, I am Rajita from Vagdevi College of Engineering, Department of Computer Science and Engineering. In this session, we are going to learn about data structures through C++ lab program. And the program is write a C++ program using class templates to implement the DQ, that is double-ended queue, using an array. So in previous session already we discussed the topics how to implement the double-ended queue using an array and how to perform all the different types of operations on double-ended queue. And in this session we are going to see the topics here, applications of DQ and how to execute the double-ended queue using an array. Now what are the applications of DQ, that is double-ended queue? In steel job scheduling algorithm, that is in operating system steel job scheduling algorithm, we use the concept of double-ended queue. The steel algorithm implements task scheduling for several processors, that is multi-processor scheduling. That is, the processor gets the first element from the queue. When one of the processor completes execution of its thread, it can steal a thread from another processor. Then it gets the last element from the DQ of other processor and execute it. So in stale job scheduling algorithm, we are using the double-ended queue. And second one, web browsing history. Suppose in a web browsing history, recently visited URLs are added to the front of the DQ. That is, and the URL at the back of the queue, that is back of the DQ, is removed after some specified number of insertions at the front. So when you are searching the number of URLs, so all are inserted into the DQ using front end only. But when you are inserting the number of insertions into the DQ, we have to remove the or DQ the URLs from the backend, that is using rear end. So this is the application of DQ. Then palindrome checker. So what is the palindrome? Suppose if you are taking the word madam, if you are reversing the word also, again we are getting the same spell, that is the madam only. So this is a palindrome. So to check the palindrome numbers, whether the string or number is palindrome or not, so we can use the double-ended queue. So suppose I want to check the first value m, I want to DQ that element here, and I want to DQ the element from the rear end also. And what are the front and rear end values? We need to check whether both characters are same or not. So again, if it is same, again we DQ the one more element from the front end and rear end. That is, now we need to DQ the element A from the front end and A from the rear end. Again we need to check both are same or not. So like that, to check the palindrome, we are using the double-ended queue. So these are some of the applications of double-ended queue. Now we'll see how to execute the double-ended queue program. Now this is the code. So we are implementing the double-ended queue using array here. So this is the class and the class name is here DQ. And these are the four functions: insert at beginning, insert at end, and in delete from front and delete from rear. And this is the insert at end function. And this is insert at beginning function, and this is the function delete from front, and this is the function delete from rear, and this is the show function, means display function. This is the main function, and we are using the do and switch cases here, do while and switch cases here. So one for insert at beginning, two for insert at end, show, delete at front and delete at rear end. Now try to compile this program. So 0 errors. Then try to run the program. Now insert at beginning and insert at end, show function, delete from front, delete from rear, and 6 for exit. Enter the choice. Suppose I want to show the values but the queue is empty, you cannot display the values of a queue, so that message will be displayed on monitor. So the queue is empty. Now try to delete the values, either it is from front or rear end. Try to delete the values from the front end. DQ is empty, so deletion is not possible. So why? Because the queue is empty. Suppose I am taking the choice 5, DQ at a rear end. DQ is empty, deletion is not possible. Now try to insert the values. So I'm using the first insert at beginning, that is front end. So and the element is here 10. Inserted. Then try to insert one more element using at beginning, insert at beginning, enter the value 20. Insertion is not possible, overflow. So there is a disadvantage of a double-ended queue. Only one element we can insert into the queue when the queue is empty. Now try to insert the values at rear end using second choice. Enter the element 20. So 20 is inserted. Now try to display the values, that is show, and the values are 10 and 20. Now suppose I want to insert one more element at rear end. Insert the value 30. I want to take one more element at rear end, value 40. Now one more element insert at rear end, value 50. Now try to display the values here using 3, that is show values 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now I want to delete the element using front end. So what is the front value? It is pointing to 10 and rear is pointing to 50. Now I want to delete the element using front, means 10 will be deleted from the queue. Now take the choice 4. So 10 will be deleted. Now try to show the values, and the remaining elements are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 10 will be deleted and the remaining elements are 20, 30, 40, 50. Now try to delete the element from rear end, 5 choice. So 50 will be deleted. Now try to show the values 20, 30, 40 or the remaining elements. Now the rear is pointing to the 40 element and front is pointing to the 20 element. So like this we can insert and delete the values using double-ended queue. So exit from the program using 6 case. So like this we can execute the double-ended queue using an array using Turbo C++ compiler. And assignment for this week is how to display the values of a double-ended queue. Either you are going to insert the values at rear and front end, or you are going to delete the values from rear end and front end. What are the queue consist of? What are the values the queue consists of? Now how to display the values of those using an array. So that is assignment for you. Thank you.